SummerSlam 2026. For the first time, SummerSlam is a two-night event. Night 1 and Night 2. First, WrestleMania became a two-night event, and now SummerSlam. I will not be surprised if Survivor Series became a two-night event, and I will not be surprised if the Royal Rumble became a two-night event. But right now, I'm here to talk about the matches. As always, I will give my opinion who should not and who should have win. Right now, because of the two nights event, there are currently 12 matches. 6 matches in each night, totaling 12 matches. Now, the first match is Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. The match wasn't that bad. It was a good match indeed between those two. But in my opinion, I think Io Sky should have won that match because after all the momentum, all the cheers, being over with the crowd, and winning the Queen of the Ring tournament, Io Sky should have won the Women's World Championship because one, she's a good in-ring, a bit of performer. Two, she's over with the crowd. Three, she could talk well on the microphone. And she deserves to win the title. And I'll give you another reason, because Liv Morgan barely defends her title. For 100 days, no title defenses whatsoever. And because of that, she should have lost the title, because she barely defended the championship. You see, the point of winning championship is to defend the championship, not holding it and wait for a next challenger. No, you need to defend that title against challenger after challenger, not just by waiting a challenger. But it was a good match indeed, so I didn't care. But still, Io Sky should have won this match. That's all I'm saying. The second match is a 6-man tag. LA Knight, Solo Sakota, and Royce Keys versus the Bloodline, who are Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso. Now I gotta say it was a good match indeed, but I'm glad LA Knight, Solo Sakota, and Royce Keys win because one, they need this more than the Bloodline. Because one, it will help LA Knight to be pushed. It will develop Solo Sakota and Royce Keys. The next match is Gunther versus a returning Nick Aldis, former NWA World Champion. Oh man, I gotta say, I've been wanting the Nick Aldis to compete in WWE for a long time because trust me, he's that good in that ring. And let me tell you, it was a good match between Gunther and Nick Aldis. Very good indeed. I thought Nick Aldis was actually going to win this. But Gunther became the winner. And in my opinion, I feel like Gunther should win because in the realistically thing, I don't think Nick Aldis will be a full-time wrestler in WWE. He will continue as a general manager of SmackDown. But it was a good match indeed between those two. Gunther and Nick Aldis gave a good, hard-fought match. And that's what's important thing. To make each other look good in the ring. Even if Nick Aldis lost in defeat, he looked good in defeat. Because the fans still love him. The fans still honor him. And let me tell you, I'll give him my respect because you still got it. You haven't lost any of your in-ring ability. You still got it. The next match is Fatal Influence, who is JC Jane, Fallon Hatley, and Lenny Reed, or Raid, I can't say her name right, versus the Bella Twins, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, and Paige in a 6-woman tag team match. It was a good match indeed, good storytelling. But I'm glad that the Fatal Influence win because one, they need this more than the Bella Twins and Paige. Because one, the rookies or the newcomers need this win more because it will develop them as a threat to the women's division and for them to dominate as a trio faction. Now that Fallon Henley and Lenny Reed, I cannot say her name right, are the current women's tag team champion, they need to defend that title retain that title and defeat every challenger that stands in their way. Because if you're going to make a powerful faction, you got to make them dominant and rule the ring, baby. The next one is CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Let me say one thing. This match is good between those two. I love it. I love it. It was a great match. It's good storytelling. But the way the match ended, even more surprising. And I like it. Randy Orton made his return. Did the RKO on Cody Rhodes. CM Punk's retained the title. Good match indeed. Good match indeed. Ah! A very good match. And I love it. The next one for the main event of night 1. It is the ruler, Uba Femi, versus the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar. And let me tell you, it's inside the most dangerous structure in all of WWE. Hell in a Cell. Oh yeah, I love it. This match was good. So much ruthless. So much aggression. Who is the true dominance beast? And let me tell you, I love it. Between those two, good match indeed. Oh man, including when Brock Lesnar tear the ring, the mat through the inside. Loved it. Did a certain move, I think F5. And he and Uefa kicked out. Good match indeed. Uefa became the winner, but there is one little problem. There was a little botch at the end. That spot when Brock Lesnar ripped the ring with the wood exposed, Uefa was supposed to do a power bomb on that wood on Brock Lesnar's back to make it more like, oh my god, I'm hurt kind of thing. But it didn't happen. I was watching a video and I saw Brock Lesnar's eyes like confused, like, are you kidding me? Like, he missed the spot that he was supposed to hit, but it didn't happen that way. But it was a good match indeed. And Uefa deserves this win because if you're going to build him up as the next big thing, Brock Lesnar needs to lose that match against Uefa. But after the match, Brock Lesnar gave a good sportsmanship and said that Uefa is the future. And I agree. He is the future. The next big thing. And I hope it will continue to build him up as the main event of the evening. He could be the new face of WWE. And I could see it happen. I could definitely see Uba Femi as the next face of WWE. If they continue to build him up as the threat of the ring, as the threat of being a world champion, this will help Uba Femi to become the main eventer of WWE. Now, I know this is going to be like, holy crap. Uba Femi winning King of the Ring, good idea, but at the same time, you have gave that up to face Brock Lesnar. Now, here's the thing what should happen, and I hope they keep that as a story. Uba Femi didn't put his title shot. So here's what's going to happen. Uba is the King of the Ring, right? Now, here's the plan. He could still put that as the way to get a title shot at WrestleMania. Think about this. Roman Reigns is the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, if Roman Reigns continues to hold the World Heavyweight title all the way to WrestleMania, it can happen in a good way. And it should happen in a great way. Uba could face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and become the one to take the threat away from Roman Reigns. Or in a shocking event, maybe Uba can win the Royal Rumble, but I don't think that's a good idea. The one who should really win the Royal Rumble are two people I could think in mind. Should be Sami Zayn or LA Knight. Because LA Knight is really popular with the fans. Sami Zayn needs a WWE title. But I think I have another option that should happen. But before I talk about that, I'm going to keep going down and go to night 2. The first match. Now, here's the thing I was surprised about. The first match was supposed to be Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor, number one contender match for the WWE title. But for some reason they changed it. But all I'm gonna say is this: it was a shocking moment. Nick Aldis came, made it two announcements with two participants. The first one is Gunther, and a shocking return of Kevin Owens. Can you believe it? Kevin Owens made his return. Now, originally, I wanted Sami Zayn to win, but because of a good moment with Kevin Owens, I wanted Kevin Owens to win. It was hard to choose because I didn't see that coming, to tell you the truth. There were a lot of rumors that Kevin Owens was retiring because of his neck. And trust me, neck injuries is a serious thing because, hurting your neck could damage you. It could damage you to be paralyzed, that you can no longer move, or it could prevent you from competing in the ring ever again. A list of people I know couldn't compete, but somehow able to return. Daniel Bryan hurt his neck, wasn't able to return, but he did. Edge hurt his neck, wasn't able to return, but he somehow did. Big E, oh my God, Big E. Oh my God, if only Big E wasn't injured, he could have been world champion again. Big E hurting his neck, but I don't know if he will ever return, but I don't think it's possible. Tyson Kidd hurting his neck, wasn't able to return either because it was really serious. Injuries are a bad thing to have, including in sports, because it could not only damage you physically, but it could damage you mentally, and it could make you stop with your career. But I wanted Kevin Owens to win. A good, feel-good moment of Kevin Owens winning and not having a world title for 10 years. Now this is a good winning. The next match is Baron Corbin versus Trick Williams. To tell you the truth, I didn't care about this match because it wasn't built up enough between those two. Trick Williams was very over with the crowd, and I like it. I'm glad he won. I'm glad he won the U.S. title, but he didn't. Baron Corbin became the winner, so I don't know who I wanted to win. Baron Corbin just made his return. Trick Williams had became over with the crowd. Hard to choose because Baron Corbin made his return. Trick Williams was over with the crowd. Hard to pick one because they both have a good case of who should win, but it's not that easy to choose. But if it's Baron Corbin, fine. He just made his return, so if you're gonna build him up again, fine. But if he's gonna be a serious threat, please do it right this time, because when he was there in WWE, when he first came in NXT, he had potential. I know it's not too late for him, but it kind of is. But if you're gonna make him a star, fine. But Trick Williams, you deserve to be world champion. Don't know when yet, but it will be hard to choose to win and for you to have it. The next match is a 5-way ladder match for the interim women's title. Okay, this is not fair for Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley got injured, hurt her knee, and she hasn't able to defend her women's championship at SummerSlam. Now, I feel bad for Rhea Ripley because that was the bad timing for her because she was going to SummerSlam. Now, this is so hard. Okay, for this ladder match is Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, and Tiffany Stratton. Okay, since it was for the interim women's championship, I don't know who I didn't. Here's the thing: I don't want Charlotte to win this. I don't want Jade Cargill to win this. There are 2 or 3 people who I kind of wanted to have the women's title. Last Legend, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green maybe. But I was a little surprised though because, I mean, really? Chelsea Green became the new interim women's champion. I was kind of hoping maybe Last Legend should have it because, one, she's tall, big, strong, and I feel like she has the potential of being a dominant women's champion. But Chelsea Green, really? I mean, she's sweet. She is kind of over with the crowd, but that's like a Zack Ryder thing. Like, I remember when Zack Ryder was in a ladder match because Neville got injured and he won the. I mean, wow. He won the Intercontinental title, and I was not expecting him to win that. And I was nearly not expecting for Chelsea Green to win because, well, I need a surprise here. And, I'm like shocked because I was not expecting for Chelsea Green to win the women's title. But since she's not unrecognized as women's champion, since she's the interim women's champion, I guess they're not going to count her winning that title. I guess for now, I know they will let her keep that title until the return of Rhea Ripley, but I don't know because Rhea Ripley is injured, and I feel like there is no point of her having that title if she's injured. When you're injured, you have no choice but to vacate the championship. But if she's able to return for like a few weeks or maybe 1 month, maybe, but it's just sometimes injuries can prevent you from returning sooner. And I mean, if you wanted to have someone as a new women's champion, you should have just recognized Chelsea Green winning that title. I mean, AEW did that same thing with CM Punk as interim champion, Jon Moxley winning that, and I feel like giving people who are interim champions just kind of a waste because it ruins their chance to be recognized as women's championship. I can understand if you like give a general manager role as an interim thing, that I understand, but for titles in general, I feel like it's just a waste of being a interim champion. I mean, I remember back in the day when Razor Ramon was Intercontinental Champion. He wasn't interim Intercontinental Champion when Shawn Michaels got injured. Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon were both Intercontinental Champion because Shawn Michaels never lost it. And they made that match a ladder match to find who is a true Intercontinental Champion. Now, I can understand if you want to put someone as interim champion, but if you want to do this, this was going to happen. Chelsea Green wins the women's title. There is no interim in it. Rhea Ripley has vacated her title. Now, here's another thought. Rhea Ripley makes her return, and she has the physical women's championship belt. Now this will be the good thing. Since they're both champions, excuse me. Since they are both champions, make it a ladder match at the Money in the Bank. You climb that ladder. There are 2 belts hanging. Climbing there, grab the belt, and you're the true undisputed women's champion. So they could have done the same thing with CM Punk and John Cena because, wow, that match was horrible because of a rope break on John Cena's foot. But it was a good, feel-good moment with Chelsea Green, and I'm proud of her of winning the belt. But fine, give her as interim, but let me tell you, if Rhea Ripley cannot make her return, then recognize her as women's champion. That's all I'm saying. The next match is Human Monies on a Pole match. Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. I really didn't care about the match, but I'm glad that Danhausen won because here's the thing. After the match, she threw the money to the crowd, but come to find out those are not real money. Hello, Jessica. Hello. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Charlotte. Hi. Hi, everyone who is watching me live. Thank you for watching me live. Anyway, the Danhausen Dominic match, I really didn't care about that match, but, oh my god, after the match, when Danhausen won the money bag, he threw the money to the crowd, and come to find out those are not real cash, those are Danhausen money. Okay, you're gonna do this money thing. Why you don't put real money inside the bag? I mean, come on. I mean, what is the point of competing in a money in a pole match if you didn't put no real money in it? Seriously, if you're going to put a money match, you gotta put real cash in there because this is the stupidest match I have ever seen. I get it, you're trying to be funny, but come on! If that was going to be a money match, why the heck do you put fake money into it? If you're going to make a money match, put real cash in there, man. Because, seriously, it was funny, but, my God, this match was boring and not much of a build-up because it wasn't much of excitement. There was no point of it, but whatever. It was supposed to be entertaining anyway. But the match was but still, Danhausen is the winner, so I'm glad he won. The next match is Chad Gable versus Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, the match, excuse me for a second, I dropped something. The thing is this, between those two, it was a good match indeed. But here's my opinion before I tell you who I want to win. Chad Gable should have won the Intercontinental Championship a long time ago back at WrestleMania against Gunther. Now, in my point of view of that one, Sammy versus Gunther didn't make sense at all because it should have been Chad Gable doing that because of all that build-up of trying to defeat Gunther. He should have won the Intercontinental title at that time against Gunther. But in this match between him and Penta, good match indeed. I love it. I love the match. It was great. It was awesome. And he did the angle lock on Penta. Love it. And they're building him up as the star. To tell you the truth, I'm kind of glad he did the Glande Americano. I am glad he did that because it helped. And thank you, Undertaker, for making El Grande Americano a star because it worked. The crowd loved him. The crowd loved him a lot. And it built up Chad Gable. If this keeps working great, this can help Chad Gable to become the next main eventer, being a world champion. And I can see it happen. Just not yet. But I'm glad that Chad Gable became the winner. And now he is the new Intercontinental Champion. So congratulations to Chad Gable of winning your Intercontinental Championship. And I cannot wait to see this. Now I know how will Chad Gable lose the Intercontinental Championship. He should lose it to one of his friends. And that will be Otis. But they're not building up Otis as much, so I don't know how this is going to work. The last main event match is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Two wrestlers, same gold. Former members of the Shield, brothers, tag team champions. Who is the number one and who is the number two? Two stars who became the top. Roman Reigns, World Heavyweight Champion, the Tribal Chief, became the new top guy of the company. Through many years, they had tried to build him up as the next face of the company, but failed. But after becoming a villain and become the new Tribal Chief, it made him a star than what he is today. Seth Rollins, who became an indie wrestler of Ring of Honor, former Ring of Honor World Champion, who is formerly known as Tyler Black, came to WWE in FCW, met Jon Moxley and Roman Reigns, became a triple threat match at FCW main event. Three members of the Shield, one left WWE, but two stayed. And let me tell you, it was a good group, the Shield. One of the greatest groups ever in the modern era. Dominating the ring, winning belts, the US title, the tag title. But after many years, one left. One went to another company that is AEW. And that is what makes Jon Moxley a star. In AEW, he became a star. Very great. But two have stayed with WWE all these years. Never left, became loyal to WWE. Seth Rollins was a rookie in NXT, not that game show NXT, the real NXT, the 2012 NXT when it became a developmental. Seth Rollins became the star, became the first NXT champion. And through many years, he has been built up to be the next star as well. When he joined the Authority, defeated in a triple threat match, cashing in that Money in the Bank, became the new WWE champion. Competing in a tournament, winning the World Heavyweight Championship. And I love it. Two brothers. Which one is the top? A good match between those two. Good storytelling. I love it. The emotion, the intensity, all of it worked. And I love it. A good match that I live. And the winner of the match for the world title, it is the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Because Seth Rollins have always bragged that he defeated him many times, took his title, took his dreams and everything. This was a good improvement. Roman Reigns was going to hit Seth Rollins with the chair, but didn't. Defeated him fair and square. Without the help of the bloodline, without the help with his family, Roman Reigns have defeated Seth Rollins. Retained the world title and proven that he did not need the bloodline. Good match indeed. Good match indeed. Love it. It was a good match, a good show of SummerSlam, and I love it. This will help all the stars indeed. UFO is the next big thing. Roman Reigns is the top guy. CM Punk is the top guy. Chelsea Green got her feel-good moment. Kevin Owens got his feel-good moment. And now this will be good. On the aftermath of SummerSlam, oh, I can see something here. Uber Family became the new future. Braun Breaker and Division came out. Braun Breaker looked at Uber Family in the serious eyes. Two potential rivals. I can see it happen. Uber Family as the face of the company. Braun Breaker as the second. Oh my God. I can see the potential rival between those two juggernauts of force. Uber Family versus Braun Breaker. A very good potential rivalry indeed. I have seen great rivalries that became the face of the company and the second sidekick, like Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. Oh, love it. Good rivalry indeed. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Good rivalry indeed. Stone Cold and The Rock. Good rival indeed. Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle. Good rival, indeed. John Cena and Randy Orton. Good rival, indeed. And now for the potential. Uba Femi and Braun Breaker. I can see that will become a great ride between two young stars. I can see it. Two of them who will be number one, who will be number two. And I want to see that rivalry. Make it happen. I want to see that rivalry. I wish they had a match before at the tournament, the King of the Ring tournament. I wish they fought right there at the time. But this is a good build-up indeed between two potential rivals. Uba Femi and Braun Breaker. Ooh, I can see it happen now. I can see the match between those two, and I want that to happen. Build them up as the next potential rival. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Now for the next one. On SmackDown, Cody Rhodes want Randy Orton, of course, because he screwed him up winning the title. Kevin Owens came out face-to-face CM Punk. I like it indeed. It looks like those two actually had a beef at the time in real life when they were in Ring of Honor. And I know that they might still hold a grudge with that, but this could help the potential rivalry with him and CM Punk. I already seen the rivalry before with those two. Too bad they never did it in WWE, so make it happen. And this is how I would do it. Since he will defend the title at the Toronto, Canada, Kevin Owens should win the WWE Championship. Sami Zayn should win the Money in the Bank, cash in on Kevin Owens, and face him at WrestleMania. Yeah, baby. LA Knight winning the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens winning the Chamber match. Face Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Make it happen. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Because I know what match should happen. A triple threat for the world title. Roman Reigns, Uba Femi, LA Knight. WrestleMania, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Make it happen. Make it happen! Now for another aftermath. Let's see. I was watching Raw, and Solo Sikoa still bragging. They defeated the Bloodline. He faced Jey Uso. Jey Uso, and the stipulation will be this: if Jey Uso wins, he will deliver Solo Sikoa to Roman Reigns. So I could assume that they will still force Solo to join the Bloodline. But I don't know what's going to happen. But if Solo does join the Bloodline, then what the heck is the point of separating them in the first place? Solo Sikoa should never join the Bloodline again. If you're going to develop him as a star, why are you going to make him join the Bloodline? It doesn't make any sense for Solo to join again. Solo should have won that match against Jey Uso. That's all I'm going to say. But still, are you kidding me? But it was a good SummerSlam. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, and I love it. But I'm going to say this. I love SummerSlam to this day. Oh, here's another fact about SummerSlam. At one time, SummerSlam was actually on my birthday once. And it wasn't on August, no. It was the last month. And let me tell you, it was shocking. If only I was actually there, live, on my birthday on SummerSlam, it would have been a great birthday. But, you know, tickets cost too much money these days, so. But anyway, I'd like to say thank you to anyone who are watching my YouTube live. Thank you to all who are watching. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, that's what it says, Jessica. And thank you to everyone else who are watching my YouTube live. I will do it again on the next pay-per-view of Money in the Bank. So peace out to all of you, and thank you for watching. Peace out. How do I get out of here? No. How do I get out of here? I'm trying to make a video. How do I? I'm trying to figure out how to get out of here. Where's the exit? Okay.